So as it turns out, the student loans that I've been paying $1,500 a month for 2 years have a 17% interest rate. So what I thought I've been paying off for all this time, I'm actually, I owe more than what I started off with. What the fuck? So, Jeff Bezos, this would be a really cool fucking time to Venmo me, bro. I owe $90,000, and I didn't even spend that much on school. Any rich person, please tap in. Kourtney Kardashian, you probably have 8 houses. I'm never gonna be able to buy one because I went to college. I just signed up to be an egg donor. Guess what? Got approved. Who wants my fucking kids? I can't afford them, so start a bidding more. Just fucking take them. What do you want? My left arm too? What the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm gonna be in debt for my whole fucking life. How does that even make sense? I signed up for this shit when I was 17. This should not be legal, bro. I got upset about it at work, and my coworker was like, don't you have a rich relative who can pay that for you? No, my family's poor. No. And the worst fucking part is, bro, look where I am. I can't go in because I can't spend money, but I just want to be here because it makes me feel better.
When hearing the Trump administration decided that nursing degrees are no longer considered professional degrees, it may sound like a bad idea, but when you use your pink meat, you realize that not only are they protecting the taxpayer, but they're controlling the rise of tuition costs as well. Huh? Let me dumb it down. The more financial aid is available, the higher colleges will raise their tuition, knowing that students can just borrow the bread to pay them. Okay, by putting a cap on the amount that a student can receive from a federal loan, it forces high-cost graduate programs, including advanced nursing degrees, by the way, to lower their operational costs and tuition to make it more accessible to students that rely on financial aid. That was a mouthful. Of course, media outlets are trying to make it seem as though Donald Trump doesn't care about nurses, when that's far from the case. All he's trying to do is to prevent them and many other Americans from accumulating a whole bunch of student debt for no damn reason. Although advanced nursing degrees often end in high-paying jobs, this policy simply makes sure that the debt-to-income ratio is reasonable. Common sense, gang. Okay, appreciate it. Keep it up, Donald Trump. Ow.
Really can't believe it's people in the comments of this student loan situation talking about this is how the world works. You borrow money, you pay it back. Shut your stupid ass up. A fucking school loan ain't the same as an auto loan or a home loan or a personal loan, you damn idiot. Black people, minorities especially, had to go to school. We ain't left shit. We had to go to school. I had no choice but to go to damn school. And then when I went to school, it wasn't like I'm working for my damn self now. I'm making money for other people. And the money gets taxed. This shit is all going back into the hand. It's like a big ass circle, and y'all fail to realize that. Your fucking credit score is made the fuck up. That's some made up shit. Money made the fuck up. This is a system. America is a system. I'm confused at how the hell y'all still don't realize this shit. Then on top of that, y'all ain't even willing to try to make reasonable payment plans. Y'all ain't even trying to do $100 a month. Y'all want the whole shit. Y'all want $2,000 a month on a goddamn degree that people ain't even using. When I got out of school, I couldn't even use my degree right away. They wanted 100 years of experience. What the fuck? Y'all garnish my wages. I'm garnishing my damn job. Period. I get energy siphoned daily. Restraining myself from hopping through the computer and choking people out daily. And I've been doing this shit since I've been 16. I've been working in America since I've been 16 and ain't got too much shit to show for it other than the standard American properties. So, bitch, if you disagree with whatever I say, you could do the hokey pokey, turn your ass around, lick your own ass, and burn in hell, bitch. I don't know if I've had too many magical chocolates, but I'm gonna need y'all to wrap your mind around what we're really in, because y'all are sick.
Today, I'm trying something new. This is my last-ditch effort. I am drowning in student debt. I have over $75,000 in student debt, and I'm not even done with school. Please stay to the end of this video, as it would help me tremendously. So here's what I'm doing. I saw this girl who paid off all of her student loans, all of her debt, all from filming TikTok videos. How crazy is that? I decided, why not give it a try? So all I need to do is post at least 1 minute long videos. Those qualify for a paycheck. This is episode 1 of trying to pay off my student loans. It would help a lot if you liked, comment, or shared this video. That would boost this video out to different FYPs. I'm hoping I can start paying off my student loans soon. Other than that, if there's any other content that you want to see, also put that in the comments. I do want to know what you guys want to look at and what content you want to see. Hopefully this is the start of something new, but I'll see you guys in the next one.
I'm not paying back my student loans. I do not care. Oh, but what about your credit score? What am I going to do with a good credit score? Buy a house on starvation wages? Buy a car I can't afford to insure? I'm not paying them back. I don't give a shit about my credit score. Oh, they're going to garnish your wages. Most of us are underemployed. If they start taking additional money out of my paycheck, I just won't work. My life will not get worse. I'm not going to have the money anyway, so you can't garnish what isn't there. I grew up in a far-right, conservative, hardcore Republican family. And since like kindergarten, I have been conditioned to believe that if I did not go to college, I would not be successful. I was told that if I locked in, got great grades in high school, got into college, focused, and got my degree, that I would have a life similar to the life my parents had, where my dad worked one job for like 35 years, was able to buy a house and go on vacation and support his family. That doesn't exist anymore. There's no jobs out there with pension plans. There's no jobs out there that let people my age just like buy a house. So what was all that work for? Generations of Americans have been told that if they went to college and they did the right thing, took out these loans, that it would be worth it. And most of us are finding out it's not even remotely close to worth it. You're telling me these millionaires and billionaires were able to get these PPE loans forgiven that they took out during the pandemic for millions of dollars? But I have 30 grand in college debt left and I'm refusing to pay it back, and now I'm the problem?
Why do people that have student loan debt feel like they shouldn't have to pay that back? I'm just like very confused.
Never mind what she talk about. Let me show you how to get your loans discharged. PSA, if your school misled you in way, shape, or form, you are entitled for a loan discharge. Go to studentaid.gov, click the menu sandwich little lines up there, go to loan forgiveness, all the way down until you see type of loan forgiveness. Click it. You're gonna see a bunch of options that tell you ways to qualify, and I'm gonna show you how to qualify. All the way to where it says loan discharge. You're gonna pick one of the two options if your school misled you, or if your school's closed. You're gonna click your school misled you. You're gonna take your time applying for this application. Repeat the same thing over and over again. The school misled you. Reasons, ways to find out how a school misled you. Did they promise you a job that you did not get? Did you spend all that money on student loans? Did you feel pressure to take out a student loan? Did you feel pressure to go to the school? Did they promise you anything upon graduating? I don't give a damn what the reason is. Go and submit an application and apply. You're welcome. Hope that helps.
Last night I had to log into my student loan account to print out the paperwork to have my taxes done today. So I got to get a glimpse of my student loan balance for the first time in, I don't know, presumably a year. I honestly don't remember knowing what I owed still. Now, for a point of reference, I graduated in 2011. Okay, so I've been making student loan payments for almost 14 years. I actually did the math. It was about 165 monthly student loan payments that I've made so far. Okay, now I went to pharmacy school. I'm a pharmacist. That's a doctorate degree. It took 6 years. I went to a private school, not because I wanted to, but at the time, there were only 6 schools in the state of Pennsylvania with a pharmacy program. 2 of them were state schools, 4 of them were private. Chose the school I chose because they gave me a $12,000 a year academic scholarship for the first 4 years. So I got $48,000 worth of academic scholarship. So that's why I chose that school. So my education, even with the scholarship, cost still like $250,000, roughly. Now, I'm fortunate my parents paid for a really good chunk of that, over $100,000. I don't remember the exact numbers, honestly, of how it all washed out. But I do know when I got my first student loan bill in the mail, well, I almost shit a brick, but my balance was like right around $125,000. Okay, 165 monthly payments on $125,000. How much do you think I still owe? $78,000. Yeah, I don't know. The math isn't mathing. Now, full disclosure, I did refinance at some point. which is a horrible idea. Like at the time, it seems like a good idea because the monthly payments are so like overwhelming, but in the long run, you're screwing yourself when you refinance the student loan. You just you just are. So 165 monthly payments. I never deferred it. I never missed a payment, and I still owe $78,000. And I've been out of school for 14 years. My oldest turns 10 next week. So realistically, if she decides to go to college, I'm going to be still paying my student loans and likely still owe like $30-some thousand on my student loans when I'm trying to figure out how to pay for her college. And I don't know what the solution is to this whole situation. I don't think loan forgiveness is fair. I don't think taxpayers who didn't go to college should have to have their tax money pay off the student loans for those who did choose to go to college. I don't think that's fair at all. But I do think something needs to be done because universities are charging like obscene tuition. Student loan companies are doing predatory lending to children and setting up people for like a lifetime of debt. Like you're starting out your adult life with like crippling debt. And I don't know what the solution is here, but something isn't working.
Do not let these people gaslight you about your student loans. Do not let these people make you think you are stupid for feeling like you've ended up in an exploitative, predatory situation based on decisions you were told to make as a 17-year-old, as a literal child. Should you have made better decisions? Probably. Should you have gone to a less expensive school? Probably. Should you have gone into a higher paying career for the amount of debt that you had to take on? Probably. You were a literal fucking child. You are a literal fucking child being told it's good debt. This is what you do. You get a degree from the best place you can get a degree from and you figure it out later. And now you're trying to figure it out. It's later and the math is just not mathing for a lot of people, but you don't know it until it's too late because you sign these loans at 17 and 18 years old. You don't know what your salary is going to be. You don't know what your living expenses are going to be. You don't know anything. And for most people, the amount of debt that you have to take, unless you have rich parents, to do any career, teaching, social work, high paid careers, veterinary medicine, dentistry, it doesn't math. It literally just doesn't math. Every day I get on this app and I see 30, 40-something-year-old adults, fully frontal lobe developed people, talking about I'm being scammed, my mortgage goes up hundreds of dollars every year. These people are signing loans every day for hundreds of thousands of dollars without understanding the implication of local property taxes. And we think 17 and 18-year-olds understand how they're going to work this cost into their budget in 5 years, in 10 years, in 20 years. You think these people, these children, understand the implications of daily compounding interest? Do not let these people gaslight you. And I would always love to know what these people think we should have done. Should only rich people, only rich kids get to go to college? If your parents don't have 100 grand when you turn 18, should you just have to be a hairstylist or a plumber or an electrician? Is that the world you want to live in? Or would you like someone to be in the nursing home to wipe your ass when you need them?
I am a 27-year-old nurse with 3 degrees who has over $90,000 worth of student debt, half of it being private, half of it being federal student loans. Now, the purpose of this video, I am talking and referencing only my federal student loans. I've been paying those down since about February, March timeframe, and immediately I knew that I wanted to apply for the income-driven repayment plan. However, that was all on pause, so I submitted an application, but it never went anywhere until today. Today, I woke up with the best gift that anyone could give me on Thanksgiving, and it was my acceptance for the income-driven repayment plan. I currently am paying $330 towards my federal student loans every single month, and my payment just dropped to $0. And every year that you go to reapply, it's going to take the previous year income that you filed to generate your new monthly payments for the next 12 months. When I applied earlier this year, it was taking my taxes from last year when I was in nursing school, making pretty much no money, and that's why my payment is literally nothing each month. Well, the smartest thing for me to do would be to continue paying how much I've been paying every single month so that it goes to the principal. And you do have to be careful though, because after these 12 months, it is estimating that I will have to pay close to $500 a month for 10 years on the income-driven repayment plan. Yeah, I'm getting out scotch-free, not having a payment technically for the next 12 months, but I'm still kind of going to be paying for it when my payment right now from $330 jumps to $489 for quite literally 10 years, because it says 121 payments. I will say having a $0 minimum each month is going to be quite nice for the next couple of months as we go into buying this house. And I genuinely am going to enjoy having a little bit of a breather because I have been paying nearly $1,000 a month out of my pocket to pay back my student loans between my federal and private loans. And it is exhausting, let me tell you. Once everything is settled, you best believe that I am going to be paying everything I can towards this loan over the next 12 months because I genuinely want to pay it down as much as possible. Either way, if you applied for an income-driven repayment plan and you haven't heard back, check your account because you might have gotten an update like I did this morning.
Why I'm not paying off my student loans as an MBA grad making $200K a year. I'll pay them off eventually, but here's why I'm not in a rush to do it. Let's say I took out a $100K loan and that I have 10 years to pay it back at a 6% interest rate. Let's also say that I have $100K sitting in my bank right now that I can use to pay back my loans, if only. The simple thing to do would be to take that $100K and pay off my loans, right? Think again. If I take my $100K to pay off the loan, I'm debt-free, but I also now have $0. If I invest my $100K, I'll make $160K in 10 years from compounding returns. Over the same time period, I need to pay back $135K on my loan principal and interest. Let's do the math. 160 minus 135 equals $25,000 that I made from not paying off my student loans immediately. Vivian from Your Rich BFF posted a video the other day about how we need to change the narrative on debt because when rich people have debt, it's called leverage and we celebrate them. So if you have student loans, you're not in debt, you're just levered.
I am 32 years old and I have just over $8,500 worth of student loan debt. I originally went to school for biology and ended up graduating with a degree in communications and business, got into real estate, and then proceeded to get my master's in communications, but stayed in real estate. The point is, I know people have a lot more student loan debt than I do, but I have been deferring my payments since COVID until literally like about a month or two ago. Frankly, I am just like tired of paying on them and really I just want to get them paid off completely because $8,500 is really just like not a whole lot of money, but it's a payment of $100 a month that I could literally be putting towards like a new car. So I am determined to pay off my student loans in the next 30 days by picking up like random side jobs that are gonna, one, occupy my time and like keep me from spending more money, and two, just bringing in extra income that I could throw at the student loans and hopefully get rid of them. So the other day I picked up a bartending job for a wedding. I've never bartended a day in my life. During that bartending job, I made some money. I made $450 while I was at this bartending job. So I'm going to take this cash and I'm going to apply it directly to my student loans. Okay, I had to do the quick math on that. So my student loans are at $8,522. Putting this $450 towards those student loans brings me down to $8,072. Now I know a lot of you are gonna say, Nikki, why don't you just sell more houses? Would I love to do that? Absolutely. But I'm literally looking for just like random side jobs to pick up to make extra money to put towards my student loans because it would happen faster than it would to sell somebody a house, let's say. So I'm gonna start thinking about random things that I can do to make money, but if you guys have ideas, go ahead, drop them below in the comments. Would love to try new things, do some random things, and again, hopefully get my student loans paid off in the next 30 days. And honestly, if this works, maybe I'll pay off my car next.
Everyone's always like, Brenda, why are you working so hard? Why are you doing a full-time job and posting on TikTok all the dang time? It's because I have $78,327 in student loans. And you want to know how much unpaid interest I accrued in the month of February? $523.93. And this is me paying at least a minimum of $2,000 per month. Started with a little bit over $150-something thousand because I had the bright idea of going to grad school so that I can graduate in a healthcare job to help people but not get paid enough for the amount of student loans I had to take out. Now, my fault, I went to a private university, but still, it shouldn't be this hard to pay off student loans. But based on my PT salary alone, there is absolutely no way that I could pay this much with just that salary alone and live a breathable, decent life. Make it make sense?
The time has finally come, so here are 3 things that you need to be doing in order to prepare to repay your student loans. Thing number 1, eliminate expenses. You should be going through your statements as well as your transactions on a monthly basis. I say this all the time, but you actually need to do it. Especially if you feel like you don't have the extra money to pay back your student loan payment, you need to be going through transactions. Pro tip, the person who took your order when you was eating out when you know you wasn't supposed to, why are you tipping them? All they did was take the order, but that's just my opinion. Number 2, you should be looking ahead at your future budgets. For example, it is September. Your budget should at least be created up until December. You need to know how your student loan payment is going to affect your money in the future. And lastly, get you some extra coin, honey. Get you a side hustle. We are still hiring for junior preparers, for junior tax preparers for the 2023 tax season. If you're interested, you can email inquiries@thefinancemaven.com. The subject line should say tax student, and I will be sure to get back with you. We're going to do interviews. I will let you know the entire process, and we're going to get you some money for this tax season, okay? Because it's going to be it's going to be hectic this season, okay? If you do not know, I am Tiana, financial analyst, financial planner, as well as the owner of the luxury finance agency for six-figure earning Black professional women, The Finance Maven. If you have any questions, you can always book a consultation with the link in the bio, or you can DM me. I got you.
I graduated with approximately $500,000 worth of student loan debt. These are my thoughts on the skyrocketing monthly payments. When I was in school, we actually had like a couple-hour seminar on student loan debt and how you can go around repaying it. It could either be through working for a nonprofit where you make way less money, but at the time they had promised that the loans would be forgiven after 10 years. The other way was to do income-based repayment. And during the seminar at my school, I raised a lot of concern. I told people around me, and I also asked the professors, like, hey, the administration changes every 4 years. How are you guaranteeing that this works for people in the future? And honestly, I did not believe it at all. I was very lucky that I was one of the few that was not duped. But with that much student loan, I knew I needed an action plan. I decided to just do my own plan. And so I decided to move to a state that had no state income tax, and I worked my butt off. So I would work around 12 to 16 hours, 5 days a week. And then on the weekends, I would go and substitute into other clinics and work there. So essentially, I was working 6 to 7 days a week, most weeks the first couple years that I graduated. And this is not ideal for everybody. But in my mind, I had a burdensome amount of debt that I knew I had to repay. And so I worked my butt off to get a lot of that paid down in the first 2 years alone. I had no work-life balance. It was actually very stressful and very horrible. But in my mind, I had taken out these student loans, and so I needed to repay them, and I didn't feel comfortable or confident relying on the government or anybody else to like save me from my own student loans. A lot of people are coerced into taking out high student loans without really understanding the implications of it, and that's something that needs to be addressed. Institutions also need to be held more accountable. Like, there is no reason why a school should be charging hundreds of thousands of dollars to get through and start your career.
Guys, I have £19,000 left on my student loan, and my friend was like, are you going to call them up and just kind of pay a lump sum to close it off? And I was like, pay a lump sum? No, I'm not. I don't care if I win £1 million tomorrow. I don't care if I win $1 billion. B for billion. I am never going to pay those people a lump sum. They can wait for their money. I don't care how long it takes. If it takes another 5 years, it takes another 10 years, it takes another 30 years. They can wait for their money, and they can suffer like I have suffered all these years. Pay it off. Hell nah. Like, I don't have anything better else to do with my money than pay those scammers, those fraudsters. They can wait.